All right, today we are doing a full body band workout. I filmed this while traveling to Kauai. No gym, just a resistance band, a little space on the Lanai. This is a perfect workout you could do anywhere. We'll hit every major muscle group in just about 10 minutes. Follow along with me. If you want more of a challenge, you can always repeat the circuit for 2 to 3 rounds. This is a total again of 10 minutes. We're going to start with our shoulder prep warm-up. Go ahead and grab your band for resisted lateral bends, as well as some shoulder dislocations. This just opens up things, warming up the core and lats, nice and smooth here. Now go over into these shoulder dislocations. Keep those arms long, open up your chest, and get the shoulders ready to move. Go ahead and pick up the tempo throughout the shoulders, but find something that's going to be comfortable for you. Don't do too much, don't do too little. Find something that's going to be challenging to warm you up. All right, now into our first set. Let's get into our banded pull aparts. Squeeze those shoulder blades, control the band. This is all about posture and upper back strength. Make sure you're also keeping your core nice and tight as you squeeze those shoulder blades. Making sure that you have good tension throughout the band. Elbows are going to be straight. After that, we're going to take our band, put it behind our back, wear it kind of like a vest, and start performing our chest flies. Think about hugging a tree. Keep the chest tall and squeeze at the front. With these, I really like to, again, focus on keeping my elbows straight and reaching at the end as my arms extend in front of me. As I pull back, I bend my elbows a little bit, squeezing my shoulder blades. After that, we're going to go into a standing shoulder press. So go ahead and depending on the resistance, this is a fairly thin band, so I put both feet on there. You're going to stand on it and press the band overhead. Lock out strong at the top and also keep your core nice and tight, pushing your rib cage down as you press overhead. Try to fully extend your elbows all the way to the top. Lock those elbows out and then control on your way down. Breathe through these. You're going to exhale as you extend up. Next, we're going to find an anchor and start performing our rows. So anchor onto something sturdy. I'm using the porch fencing here and start hitting those band rows. Big squeezes through your back. Keep those elbows in and drive through your lats. If you want, you can also control the band forward and let it stretch your back a little bit. And then again, pulling and squeezing, keeping those shoulders down throughout this movement. Next, we are going to move into some leg work. We're going to work our way into RDLs, Romanian deadlift. So you'll attach this band over your neck like a necklace while standing on it and pushing your hips back. You want to hinge from your hips. Keep your back flat, keep your core nice and tight. Stretch those hamstrings as you push your hips back and then drive forward strong. Now you don't want to really tuck your hips at the end, but you really want to focus on the lengthening, that stretch feel in both your hamstrings and glutes as you go throughout this movement. If you need, you could anchor it to just one foot and do it one side at a time. This band is plenty for me as I go through these hinging movements. Now we're going to stay in the same position and start dropping into our banded squats. Sit low, keep your chest tall, and then drive through the heels. This one is going to feel more like an elevator where that movement is up and down, where the RDLs, we're moving our hips forward and back. So this will target more of your quads. Again, you want to keep your chest upright. We don't want to be bending forward too much and extending through the back. All right, let's start making our way into some arms. We're going to start with our banded bicep curls. Squeeze at the top, control the way down. Depending on where you're at with these bicep curls, you could do one foot on them depending on the resistance, but really focus on squeezing your biceps nice and tight at the top and controlling that stretch in the biceps as you start moving your way down. Then we're going to go straight into banded tricep extensions. Again, anchor this onto something so you could do these kickbacks. If you want, you can anchor it up high and do like a push down, but we're really just trying to focus on getting those triceps working. Next, keeping the anchor lateral to you, we're going to work our way into a Paloff press raise. So this is really going to work our core, working our obliques, shoulders, and making sure everything's nice and stable. So as you raise, the resistance increases. So press the band straight out and then raise up over your head, keeping your abs braced. Resist the twist. Do both sides to stay balanced, making sure you're nice and controlled throughout these movements. Don't forget to do both sides. If this Paloff press raise is a little challenging for you, feel free to just hold that band straight out for a moment or just focus on pressing it forward and back. That extension of your arms will increase the resistance. It is definitely harder to go overhead and keeping your body nice and stable throughout this movement. You could also go down to one knee if you'd like. Next, we are going to work our way into some banded high pulls. So go ahead and stand on the band, and you're going to raise your wrist and elbows together, bringing it towards your chin. We want to get those elbows across the body. We don't want to raise it super high. We're not reaching for the ceiling, but really trying to get more of like this lateral fly feeling. This is going to be great for your traps and your delts. All right, let's drop down into a half kneeling position for single arm rows. If you can find an anchor, you could double up the band to make the resistance a little more challenging. That's what I did here. And I went with more of a pump feel here. I wanted to get as many reps as I can in and really burn out and load up my lats on both sides. Keeping that core tight, squeeze your lats forward and back, keeping that control, keeping your core tight. We don't want to be rotating too much with these. Again, don't forget to switch sides if you haven't already. All right, next we're going to move into a tall kneeling chest press. You could also do chest flies with this one, but if you could find something to anchor behind you, then you're going to do a tall kneeling press like I'm doing here. If you don't have an anchor, you could also do push-ups this way. So you could anchor the band like we did earlier with our standing chest flies and use the band to create a resisted push-up. So you could do knee push-ups, you could do tall push-ups. As you can see here, I'm doing a very similar motion as a push-up. Here I transitioned into the flies. So again, if you can find an anchor, these are great for creating a resisted fly. All right, let's finish off with a little metabolic conditioning. I started with body weight squats. My goal here is to get as many reps as I can and really burn out my legs for this finisher. We're working on some cardiovascular work. You want to get your heart rate up with these, doing as many squats as possible, feeling that pump in the legs, and making sure you're listening to your body. If you're experiencing any pain, go ahead and stop. But if not, keep pushing. You're almost done with this one. Next, we're going to make our way to the ground and knock out some push-ups. Everybody loves some push-ups, so hit the ground. Again, do as many push-ups as you can. Start getting that pump feel into the chest. Keep your core tight. If you're feeling it in your back, you could go ahead and drop to your knees, but really tighten up your core and focus on pushing through your chest and not your shoulders. So I really think about driving through the palms, keeping those elbows fairly tight, but not super tight to the body or flared out. Go ahead and stand back up. We're going to get into some reverse lunges here. So I like to mix in some reverse lunges because it imitates a single leg squat. We're also working on shifting our hips. So go ahead and knock out as many reverse lunges as you can. If these are challenging, feel free to do some split squats where you don't have to switch. You just focus on one side. You can hold on to a railing to move into these split squats and control your weight through it. If you do struggle with any knee pain, then I would skip these, but at least give it a try to see what your body feels. And last but not least, we're going to finish with some mountain climbers. So hit the ground and bring those knees to chest, alternating back and forth, getting as many as you can. If it's challenging, you can move your hands up to a railing or onto a bench or a table and work on driving your knees up, keeping your core tight, and finishing it out strong. Thanks for joining me for this workout. Hope you had a good one. Shaka brada.